What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today, of course, it is review Thursday of what? Married to Medicine. So if you want to get into this review, continue to watch this video. Okay, let's go. Okay, so we're just gonna get this first couple right on out the way so we don't even have to talk about them no more. Christina and Henry. I have been done talking about them since the beginning of the first episode. I'm so done talking about them. There's really nothing to talk about. I said it from the beginning that they didn't belong to each other. What is there to talk about? It's just episodes at this point. Them being forced together, they decide they won't leave each other. They're gonna stay until the end, until decision day. Then they're gonna make their decision on decision day when they don't have to put themselves through this mess. But they continue on because they got a show to do, whatever. But they had a conversation with the therapist. She is open to, exploring sexuality and doing things of that nature. And she, I think he was the one, admitted that he wasn't trying to do that and all that stuff. And she's like, what is it going to take to put some intimacy between you two? And, what's intimacy look like for you? And he like grabbing her leg and shit like that. He like, you ain't interested in her, she ain't interested in you. Why are we still going through this? Like, what y'all had the opportunity to, end this and walk away. Why y'all ain't walked away yet? She like, well, we just, we're working on our friendship. Y'all in the friendship, y'all in the friend zone. She like, y'all gonna fall into the friend zone. That's not what I want y'all to be. The friend zone is real. They in the friend zone. Henry put them in the friend zone a long time ago. He don't like her. He's already admitted that he don't like her. Like, why are we still talking about Henry and Christina? Like, I'm so tired of them. Like, I don't even want to waste a lot of time talking about them because I'm, like I said, from episodes now, I'm just waiting for them to divorce and separate and go on with their lives. That's just what I'm waiting on. Like, what are we doing? I don't know. Moving on. Next couple is Amelia and Bennett. This is one of my favorite couples. I never really have anything bad to say about them because they're just, they were a match made in heaven. Like, they should have been together forever already. Like, it took this show to put them together. That is sad, but it was a beautiful thing that they were put together because they should have been together. Like, they belong together. So with that being said, the episode with them, they didn't meet with the therapist, but the therapist gave them a game. And that game was like, they was like forehead to forehead, and they were telling each other how they mean to each other. If that was me in that situation, when he asked about the sex part, like, how could, something about how can I make you more sexual or something like that. When she started talking, to be honest, when she started talking, it kind of did something to me. So if I was him, I probably would have like picked her up and took her in the room, and I probably would have gave her something right then and there, because that exercise, like closeness, it forces you definitely out of your comfort zone. I was uncomfortable watching it because right before that, I was watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And Courtney was doing a thing, crazy jobs, and she was doing a thing called the sleepers or professional huggers or something like that. So they hug you and stuff. And to be honest, it made me look at my own life. And it was like, I'm not a hugger, or am I? I am to an extent, unless I really want to be touched. So I think I'm like Courtney, because I'm not walking around just hugging people. I'm not a hugger. Like, don't touch me. Like, and that would have been like, nigga, back up out of my face. Like, you're too close to me. But I get the exercise, and that exercise, you know, it made them what it was. You know, they're a good couple, and as they was talking to somebody on the phone, and they asked about her profession and her leaving in a week and a half and things like that. And he was like, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I truly believe that he's not too, you know, is he happy about his wife leaving? No. But do I think that they're going to work out even though she's leaving? Yes. Because, you know, just because she's out of town, women are pretty loyal, especially to her husband. You know, when they're committed to something, you know, I don't think she's going to go anywhere just because she's doing a residency. You know, he can fly to wherever she is. You know, he can always come down and see him. You know what I mean? It makes the relationships a little bit more exciting when you don't see them every day. You have to actually make your relationship work, and you appreciate the time that you do have with your significant other when they're not around. You know what I mean? So they can make it work. You know, is it a challenge just because it's happening so quickly? As soon as they got married, he finna separate. Yeah, that part's gonna suck. But can they make it work overall? Yes, because I believe in that couple, and I believe that they want to be together. They genuinely want to be together. So, nothing really exciting happened. They didn't talk to the therapist. They had the little game. So yeah, I don't think there was really nothing, no meat and potatoes in this episode. So just let's keep going. All right, my honorable mention, my 50-50 relationship, Karen and Miles. Okay, so, you know, I'm adamant about the two people that I just know they're going to break up, the two people I know that's going to stay together, and the one couple that I just don't know at all, you know. And this is this couple right here, Miles and Karen. I love Miles 100%. I never change. I never sway video after video. I am what I am. I feel what I feel about Miles is not going to change. I think he is the perfect guy. He's the perfect gentleman. He has patience oozing out of his system. He's, you know, I believe 100% he is a Cancer because he just reads that. You know, he's a protector. He's a provider. He's everything that you want in a man. He's attractive. He works out. You know, he's everything that you want in a man. And then we have Karen, who's beautiful, but don't know what she wanted in a man. So she gives me a headache every week. But this week, I saw a glimpse of hope this week. I did. I saw a glimpse of hope. They sat down and talked with the therapist. The therapist, this was the first time, actually the first time in this episode, she actually had, you know, several different times that she spoke. She showed her personality whenever exercising. She had a little kick, little fun side to her, which was a good thing. They sat in the bed and had a discussion about some things, how to build trust and stuff, and she was very vocal about that, you know. And then as the therapist, she was vocal again, no matter how uncomfortable she was. So she did a lot of speaking in this episode, and usually it's Miles doing the speaking and she's reciprocating, you know. So in the therapy session, sex was taken off the table, and it looked like she was in utter relief that sex was taken off the table, because she fears that that's what, you know, she don't want to go too far out of her comfort zone, and she don't want to shut him down and make him feel rejected, but just to do something that she's not ready for. So that was kind of fair on her part, you know, because you just can't make a woman, no matter, even though it's your wife or not, especially in this climate, you cannot force a woman to do something that she's not ready to do. And if that's something you cannot get past, then you don't need to be with that woman. You know, 8 weeks? 8 weeks is a long time to be with somebody, living in the house with them for 8 weeks, and you don't have no sex. So I feel for Miles. 8 weeks? That's a month and a half. That is a month and a half with no sex with your wife. It's a month and a half. So I feel 4 miles. I really do. But, he's a loving person. So I think he'll be able to get through it no matter how sexually frustrated he is. He might just use his hand in the bathroom, in the shower, knock it out. But I'm hoping, as the episodes progress, her intimacy level still increases because you can tell she was trying in this episode. So I give her that. Her comfortability level is changing. She's opening up slowly. You can see her communication with him is changing. She's warming up to him slowly. So though all those things are good things. So I hope they're going in the right direction. I can say that they are going in the right direction. Rather, that direction is slow as a turtle, but they are going in the right direction because as long as he don't do anything to mess up, and that's unfair to Miles because it's like the ball, she's running that whole situation. So if he do anything, she can be like, I'm out, no matter how much he's giving and giving and giving. And he still have to give and still have to prove himself continuously, and she don't have to do nothing. so I don't feel that it's fair to Miles. Like he just my anger would have lost it. I would have lost it. My patience, because I don't have patience. So you don't like me? That's what you gotta say. You don't like me? I'm out. I will not try to force you to like me. But he believes that she likes him. And I believe that she likes him. She's just very scared of being hurt, Mimie, like their last baby daddy or whoever he was. And again, she's just not giving Miles a fair chance. She's not giving him a fair chance to be who he is, whatever that may be. So they still a 50-50 to me. I just don't know with these two. I'm hoping that she can just give the man some love. Sometimes I'm too much when it comes to love. I have a switch, right? Taking it to me for a moment. Like I have a switch. When I want to be cuddly all over my guy and all that stuff, I'm going to smother you to death. I can smother you to death. And don't give a fuck that I'm smothering your ass to death. And then that switch can flip and I'll be tired of your ass. And I just want to be by myself and do what I want to do and watch what I want to watch without you breathing down my neck. So I'm very comfortable in my body no matter the size. I probably been walking through that damn TV show with no clothes on the first day. Like, because this is who I am. I don't like clothes. I've been walking around as the cameraman. They would have to tell me to put on clothes. And I was like, what? For what? This is my house. You just recorded me. Well, you can record me naked. I would have been fucking my husband the first night. Because that's just what it is. It's who I am. But yeah, whatever. So, they're 50-50. I'm not going to make this review long. Just hit the points and keep on moving. Armani and Woody, my number one couple. I think probably everybody's number one couple. Who don't love Armani and Woody? And I love them individually, as individuals. And I love them as a couple. Like, they're so perfectly matched. It's scary, but I love it. Like, I just love how they are with each other. Like, you just cannot hate on them. Like, from the moment they wake up in the morning, I love it. They small argument about a dog. They're cute. They're outside talking. They had questions in his pocket, and they were putting out the questions in the pocket, and they asked like, "What's your favorite position?" And she was like, "I like my legs on your shoulders, something you haven't done yet." You could tell she was embarrassed to say it, but she was put on her big girl panties and got through those questions like a G. And then he was like, how can I know that you need some more affection? She was like, just give me a kiss. I love them as a couple because they're the epitome of what a relationship should look like. He threw himself into this marriage without question. Like, he threw himself into it. When he said he wanted to be married, he actually meant it. He wasn't none of those guys on the show trying to figure out if they wanted to be married, if this is something that they thought, No, he threw himself into it, and he's getting everything out of it that he's putting in it. As much work as he's putting in, he's getting all that back from his wife, and it's beautiful. He's beating every man on there, hands down. He's killing them, making them look pitiful because of the guy that Woody is. He knew what he wanted, and he ain't let nobody come in between him and his relationship with his wife. And that is beautiful. That's just what that is. I love her because she listens. She's warm, she's compassionate, and most of all, she just knows how to handle him. She knows how to handle him. And because she's so sweet and gentle, he's sweet and gentle with her. She's sweet and gentle with him. He's sweet and gentle with her. Like until last week, he saw a glimpse of control issues, but overall, he is just like, those just two together they're just great. Like, I don't have anything negative to say. Last week I did my first negative review on him, but that was last week and that video didn't upload. So this week I'm back on a Woody train. So good girl, good kudos to Woody, taking care of his wife, being a good sport, doing what he's supposed to do as a husband, coming home at night, being a light to his wife, giving just as much energy to his wife in his marriage, not spending time on his phones and everything else, but giving 150% into his marriage. And that's what a husband supposed to do. Take care of his wife. And that is what he's doing. And I love to see it. And everything he gets out of this marriage is because of what he puts in it. That's what you call a husband. That's all I got to say on Woody. Okay. Last couple that I don't like talking about is Brett and Olivia. Well, that's the other couple that I said it wasn't going to last. And you can slowly see this relationship slowly just crumbling and crumbling day after day. It's just crumbling. They was the conflict of this episode. They was the drama in this episode. So once again, she just looks so unhappy. I don't even know why she's torturing herself. She's another one who's just going through the motions to get through this season, to get to the end, to make a final decision and separate at the end. Like, so she just look miserable. And how you going to, even if you're not even trying at this point, like she just, I wouldn't even want to be, I'm telling you, I wouldn't even come home. I'd be like, you know what, I'm not dealing with that miserable bitch. Let her be miserable herself. I'll see her in 8 weeks. Like, no, unless she changes her attitude, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not trying to deal with this for the next 8 weeks. I'm not living with that when I don't got to. I got my own home. I be at home all the time. In front of my TV. Hello? You ready to change your attitude? No, you still angry? Click. I was like, no, I'm not dealing with that. I don't know you. No, ma'am. So, did they have an exercise? I don't think they had an exercise. They sat in front of the therapist. And the therapist asked them about their home, children, and sex. So home, it was, he's not gonna let that house go. Obviously she wants him to let the house go. She was like, my commute, okay, she said my commute from my job to his home is like 30 minutes away. Who the fuck cares if it's 30? I'm thinking she's gonna say like 2 hours, 3 hours away. She said 30 minutes away. Bitch, I live in Vegas. Everything is 30 minutes away. No matter where you live, everything is 30 minutes away. That is nothing. Move to California, bitch. You're going to be on the freeway for 3 hours. She said 30 minutes away from her work. AKA, I don't want to move into his home. That's all that means. I don't want to move into his home. And it frankly doesn't even matter where. Because his home isn't a bad home. All she got to do is make it her home. Make it from a man cave to a woman cave. I said it before. Steve Harvey said it the best. Men buy the home. Women make it a home. Or it's going to look like a man cave. That's what we're there for. To make it look like a home. But AKA, she just don't want to move into his home. She don't think it's good enough. She never have. That's been my problem with her from the beginning. She don't feel that he's good enough for her. That's just what that is. Children was another one. She said she didn't want to have any kids. He do. She said she would change her decision down the line. No, she won't. And I'm going to give you a prime example. Jeannie Mai. Jeannie Mai was married to her husband for 10 years. For 10 years straight, she said, I do not want to have any kids. She got a divorce. She got a divorce from her husband of 10 years because they didn't have any children together. She met another man who his name is Jeezy, the rapper. Out of all the people you want to have a kid by, Jeezy, the rapper, who she's marrying. And now she want to have kids. For 10 years of her marriage, she refused to have kids with that man. She meet a rapper. All of a sudden, she wants to have children. Her whole life changed. Her perspective changed. So that person who you with, if you don't feel that you want to have children with that person, then that's not going to change. It's not. It's just not. What you might feel is resentment. Or you might feel even a little pressure to want to have a child. Because I was in a relationship with a man who didn't have any children. Let's lash. Oh, it's just a lash. Who didn't have any children. He wanted children bad with me. I was done. I knew I was done a long time ago. That's why I had my tubes tied at a very, very early age. So what I did was when I met him, he started wanting to have children. And I was like, I can have children. We had this talk and everything. What I became over the years was resentful. He was resentful to me, guilty. He was resentful to me. I felt guilty. Because as bad as he wanted to have a family with me, I felt guilty to have taken that from him. Even though I didn't really technically want any more children. I felt guilty to not be able to give him that experience. Because we probably still be together today. If I would have gave him a child, we probably been married and living on a hill somewhere. But I felt guilty that I couldn't give him a child, even though I didn't want any kids. He wanted children with me bad. So I said that to say, if she don't want kids now, that's not going to change. She's not going to want kids later. And she definitely not going to want kids by Brett. She's going to meet somebody who she's going to fall in love with. And that person she will want to create a family with that person. It's just not Brett. She knows it now. And she's saying that now. You know, the politically correct answer, it may change. No, it's not going to change. You don't want no kids by Brett. You don't even like Brett. You don't want to be married to Brett. You dang sure don't want to have no babies with Brett. And then lastly was sex. The therapist asked, why is sex off the table? She looked like she is in disgust. Another person who's dealing with don't touch me vibes. I don't know if that was a thing, or is that just she's just like Brett, because she don't really want to sit close to Brett. So I don't know if that is her personal. It could be a personal thing, that she has a personal space issue. She don't like closeness in general, or she just don't like Brett, because. Speaking for myself, depending on the man, I'm going to say this. Depending on the man and how receptive he is to affection is how I'm going to give to him. So, with my ex, who I was just referring to, he wasn't that affectionate. So I didn't have I had a good gauge with him. When he was tired of being touched, he would just be like, get off me. And I was actually cool with that. I gave him just enough to satisfy what he needed, and then I was gone. I can do what I go whatever I want. Another guy, Keenan, he lives and dies by affection. That's just who he is. Taurus man, they live by the Venus sign. They love all that touchy-feely stuff. So he can't get enough of it. But he brung out another version of myself that I didn't even know that existed. With him, I was all in. I could not be touched when he came around me. Like, like, touch me right now. Like, I could not be touched. I didn't want to be alone. Wherever he was, I wanted to be where he was at all times. It was just different. So it's different with each person. You know what I mean? So I don't know with her if she is just that kind of person who don't like affection at all, because she's just mean to me. She's just one note. She's just an evil person. I don't like her. Or she just don't like Brett. It's one of the two. And I hate that Brett keeps trying to fight for this. But you know what annoys me about Brett? Is his sarcasm. That does rub me the wrong way. When she's trying to have a conversation with him, he just cannot have a serious conversation. Like, and that's his like security blanket. He run to, those kinds of things when he is uncomfortable and he don't want to talk about something. He makes it obvious when he start using those things, when he trying to be a smart ass. But you have to meet Brett where Brett is. Like, he don't like conflict, and I'm picked that up. He don't like conflict. What he do like is enjoy. You have to meet Brett where he is, and he's like, let's go do something fun to get away from this negativity. They go do something fun. Where did they go? Did they go to the bar? Yes. They went to the bar and made cocktails. Right after they made cocktails, old ball buster had to go and kill the vibe and want to go and talk about their feelings and their issues again. He like, we ain't got no issues. She like, it ain't resolved. I would have left her ass sitting on the bench. Like, you're too confrontational. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, you just gotta fight about something. Like, he's like, I don't have an issue. I don't want to argue with you. Obviously, you want to fight. Like, what is it? What is the problem? Why are you so angry, lady? That's an angry white woman. Y'all been talking about angry black woman. That is an angry white woman. Why is she so angry? She's supposed to be white. Act like you're white. Like white people are happy 95% of the time. That is an angry white woman. Jesus, she's so serious. Like, oh my God, I don't know what sign she is. She's crazy. She could be a Gemini. Like, he is either a Aquarius or a Libra. What's the other air sign? Aquarius, Libra. What's the other one? Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. What am I missing? Aquarius, Libra. Is it a Gemini? I guess it's probably Gemini. But he's definitely not that. I think he's either Aquarius or Libra. He's just giving me air sign vibe. I have no idea what the hell she is. Whatever the fuck she is, she's just, I don't like her. But anywho, that is my crazy, ridiculous review of Married at First Sight. There was not much to talk about this episode. You know, I just tried to get to the key points because it was literally key points in this episode. It was a therapist in a game that they was forced to play, you know. So it wasn't nothing too exciting in this episode. So I just tried to get in there, get it finished, get this review out for you guys who like to watch my videos. And I'll see you guys next week. My work is done. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video if you care. Follow me on my social media. Keyshawn for Reese Robinson on Facebook and Sleepers in LVMV on Instagram. Okay? Bye. See you guys next week.